Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Anthony.
Today, we are looking at our composition title for this month of December. We're looking at books. Talk about composition. Well, there are maybe at least two major kinds of books out there today. One, of course, is a paper book. When we think of the word book, most people will think of a paper book with a hard cover. But there are also now many, many books that are available in electronic form for your computer or other kind of reader that this industry has produced. And those are often referred to as electronic books.
没错，我们今天要讲的主题呢，就是电子书还有纸本书。你在这边可以看到这个 electronic books， 好，有时候你会听到人讲 e-books， 就是指电子书的意思。到底你会选择纸本呢，还是电子呢？我们赶快来看看这样的作文怎么写咯。
Electronic books and paper books. Picture A shows a new type of book called an electronic book. As long as people have cell phones or tablet computers, they can read electronic books on the move. However, reading electronic books may harm people's eyes. On the other hand, picture B shows a traditional paper book. Many people love the beautiful designs of paper books and the feeling of turning their pages, but they can be too heavy for people to carry and take up a lot of space. Personally, I prefer electronic books to paper books. Electronic books allow me to read wherever and whenever I want. For example, I always read electronic books to kill time while taking a long train ride. Also, since there is no extra space for me to put new books in my room, I only buy electronic books now. Without a doubt, they are the best choice for me.
Okay, our first paragraph begins this way. Picture A shows a new type of book called an electronic book. So you can see in your magazine a picture of a book. That's pretty standard. Everyone has seen books, but not everyone has seen or used electronic books.
好，我们来看第一句话哦。第一句话告诉你说 Picture A shows a new type of book called an electronic book. 好，在这边的话，你在这个杂志的图片上面，你可以看到说，哦，原来这就是电子书的样貌。那很多时候呢，我们在第一段这个作文的时候，我们可能有机会看到这个两个图片，我们先去描述图片。这种题型多半是2选1的题型，你会第一段的时候就先去描述这两个不同的东西，它各自的优缺点是什么，然后第二段呢，它会问你说你自己本身比较喜欢什么东西。那我们在第一句话里先告诉你说，在这个图片 A 展示了一种新型的书呢，我们称之为电子书。
As long as people have cell phones or tablet computers, they can read electronic books on the move. Well, most of you already have this kind of access to information, but maybe you don't know the phrase on the move. I like this phrase. It means that people are active. They are busy doing things, especially if they're moving from point A to point B.
就是在行进中啦，很多时候 on the move, on the run 都是在这边跑来跑去的，到处奔跑。你不可能说随时随地都带着一本厚厚重重你想看的书嘛，对不对？可是你看这句话说 ，as long as people have cell phones or tablet computers， 还是要说如果只要怎么样 ，as long as 就是只要的意思，只要人们呢他们手上有手机啦，或者是 tablet computers。平板电脑的话呢 ，they can read electronic books on the move. 好，随时随地都可以在这个平板或者在手机上面看这个任何他想看的书。像我的话，我自己在来录影的这个路上面，我就会把我的笔记先传到我的手机里头，然后就在一边挂着这个一边看着这个手机去复习一下我今天要讲的内容，其实真的很方便。
I don't think it's possible, but maybe some of you don't know what a cell phone is. Well, it's easy. The people who walk along and then fall down because they're not looking are using a cell phone.
OK， 老师那边做了一个很酸的比喻，就是他说大部分人应该都晓得 cell phone， 但如果不知道的话呢，你去看到那个走在路上不小心掉到洞里头了，那就是因为他用了手机哦。所以这个 cell phone 的话是一个很好的一个解释方式。
Okay, however, reading electronic books may harm people's eyes. This is something for us to consider seriously. That too depends on how long you read, where you are reading. Don't read on a bus. That's what my friends told me, even though I don't have these things. They said they won't hurt your eyes. They are made so that people who know about vision and the health of the eye know that you have to have enough backlight and some other points, and the new types of tablets and the cell phones provide this for you. On the other hand, there's a way you can misuse them by playing your cell phone for 18 hours in a row. Give your eyes a break now and then.Yeah，
老师刚刚提到说18个小时连续使用，老师刚刚用了 in a row。in a row 的意思就是一连续不停的这样的感觉。OK， 所以在这边的话呢，他说 however， 他说然而呢，我们先讲完了这个电子书的好处之后，我们就顺便提一下它的缺点。However, reading electronic books may harm people's eyes. Harm 这个字当然指的是伤害。老师刚刚也提到说，如果说今天你一连用了18小时，眼睛都不休息的话，是会伤害的。还有另外一件事，就是尽量不要在这种移动的巴士上面去看书，因为这样的话其实也会伤害视力。
On the other hand, I like this phrase too. We've presented one point of view. Now we're going to introduce another point of view. On the other hand, picture B shows a traditional paper book.You all know that. I can't imagine any school that has no paper books anymore.
没错，在这边的话，特别注意的事情就是，他讲完了电子书这个面向，开始要转到纸本书这个面向的优缺点的时候，他用了一个非常重要的 transition， 就是一个转折语，就是 on the other hand。on the other hand 就是指另一方面呢 ，Picture B shows a traditional paper book。那在我们的图 B 里面呢，就看到了我们传统的纸本书。接下来就会去讲纸本书的优缺点。
Many people love the beautiful designs of paper books and the feeling of turning their pages, but they can be too heavy for people to carry and take up a lot of space. So one of the attractions of paper books is not only the content, because you could get that from an electronic book as well, but some books, go to a bookstore and you'll see, are beautifully prepared, and they look great in a piece of furniture in your living room, for example. Maybe the outside is leather and is carved in a certain way, or just a beautiful color for the cover.And some people just like that idea of turning pages, because you have to hold a page before you turn it. It also gives you the feeling that you're doing something and you're making progress.
没错，所以这里的话，有些人喜欢纸本书是有原因的。老师刚刚这边就讲到说，比方说呢，他这边有提到了，他说 Many people love the beautiful designs of paper books。有些书它本身设计的话，外面可能是用皮革，可能用这种镂空的。可能雕刻了什么东西，等于感觉上放在书架上，放在家里头，感觉上就是赏心悦目。不只是它本身书的内容 content 而已，它可能外面的这个设计都让你觉得说，买这个纸本书很值得。And the feeling of turning their pages， 甚至是在翻书的过程当中，你感受到你自己读书，而且那种手跟书接触的那种质感啊，等等，这都会是很棒的事情。但是后面他告诉你说 ，But they can be too heavy for people to carry。你在家里好好读的话，这样真的很棒。可是如果你要带出去的时候，这个书还蛮重的，你会感受到它的重量。 而且呢，还有一种情况是 and take up a lot of space。如果说今天你很喜欢买书，啊，你家里头就必须要有非常多的地方可以存放这些书，久了之后你发现到，哇，我家里都是书，空间越来越小。所以他这边提到的 take up a lot of space 会占用很多的空间，也是纸本书的一个缺点。
You'd be surprised how many books you can collect over a number of years, and you'll never really appreciate how many books you have until you move.
啊，没错，尤其在搬家的时候发现到，哇，这么多书怎么办呢？有些看过，有些根本还没看呢，对不对？那怎么处理呢？全部搬的话，你又不知道什么时候会看，可是把它丢掉就觉得好可惜，就会有一种进退两难的状况。在搬家的时候，你会感觉到，哇，原来我买了这么多书。
Okay, that's our first paragraph. It's time for a break. Okay, our second paragraph now starts with, personally, I prefer electronic books to paper books. No, that's not it. That's the text. That's not me. That's his sentence.
没错。
Okay, so the electronic book we've already described. And actually, an electronic book, the cell phone can also become an electronic book. Paper books, of course, use different kinds of paper, and they often have a much harder or thicker cover to protect the pages inside the book.
没错，所以老师刚刚提到这个 hard cover 就是那种精装书，它外面那个书的那个皮，尤其是封面啊和封底的地方，感觉比较厚，它可以保护这个书的内容。那老师在刚刚讲到这句话的时候呢，他说 Personally, I prefer electronic books to paper books， 马上就把它丢给我说这是我的。老师本身比较 old style，old fashioned， 他比较喜欢 old school， 就比较传统一点，他喜欢看纸本书。那在这里特别这句话注意的事情是 prefer something to something else， 所以这里的话，这个 prefer 跟 to 它之间的搭配，它这个 to 的后面也是接名词的用法。如果说今天你要讲的是动作的话，你要说 prefer doing something to doing something else。像老师的话，他喜欢喝咖啡，没有那么爱喝茶，你可以说 he prefers coffee to tea， 好，这样的方式去表达，喜欢的摆前面。放在 to 后面的就是没有那么喜欢的那一个，所以这边的话，我们选择一个立场说，以我个人而言呢，我比较偏好电子书而非纸本书。接下来后面就要去讲为什么。
Okay, continuing. Electronic books allow me to read wherever and whenever I want. Well, that certainly is a convenience and a reason that many people will buy and use and read electronic books because they're not so heavy. If you remember our previous paragraph, one of the complaints about books, plural, if you have a load of books because it's your first day of school, that's something to complain about. Actually, it's good exercise, but it's not a lot of fun. When you could have a little cell phone with many books put inside of it, certainly that's more convenient. And whenever I want, at 3 o'clock in the morning when your parents are asleep, you don't have to get up and turn on a lamp to read something. You can read in your bed because I don't think the lighting is especially good for your eyes, but you could do that.
所以这边的话，你看这边这句话还说 ，Electronic books allow me to read wherever and whenever I want。老师刚刚特别就举了例子说如果说今天你讲到 wherever 讲地点的话，如果你带着这些纸本书跑来跑去，感觉很重。如果这些书都在这个我们的手机里头，这样不就很方便？那另外一个 whenever I want， 比方说老师刚刚举的例子，虽然他提醒说晚上的话尽量不要躲在棉被里面看电子书这样很伤眼。但是如果你真的想要的话，你也不用吵醒爸妈，你就可以直接打开手机直接看，这样也非常的方便。这个里面的话提到的就是我为什么选择电子书的第一个重要的原因。
For example, I always read electronic books to kill time while taking a long train ride. It's fun from Taipei down to Kaohsiung or Tainan. You've got a couple of hours, even on the really fast trains. And what are you going to do? Just look out the window, sure, you can do that once or twice or 3 times, and after that you've seen it. And so what are you going to do? Well, you can kill time. You can do things that you wouldn't usually do or are not things which make your situation any better, but maybe more enjoyable. That would be to do something to kill time, especially on a very long trans-Pacific flight from Taipei to San Francisco. You've got, 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours on a plane. You can't look out the window that long, but you could read a book in that time.
没错，所以这里的话，他提到一个很重要的东西，就是打发时间。他说 ，For example， 举例咯 ，I always read electronic books to kill time。这边特别指一下 ，kill time 就是打发时间的意思。有的时候你也会听人家讲 pass the time， 但是他特别注意的就是，如果你今天你会讲到这个 kill 跟 pass 的话，要特别注意 kill time 没有 the。Pass the time 要加 the， 你要习惯的把这个节奏把它讲出来，这样以后就不用特别去记哪个要加 the 了。后面他就说了 ，while taking a long train ride， 好，如果今天你要搭一个很长的火车，或者老师刚刚提到说你今天要从台北飞到 San Francisco 旧金山的话，你在这个飞机上面至少8、9个小时，你不能光看窗外啊，这时候你就可以读上一本好书。
So here's another reason to prefer, or why the writer prefers electronic books. Since there is no extra space for me to put new books in my room, I only buy electronic books now. If you remember our last paragraph, it talked about that books are heavy to carry and they take up a lot of space. That certainly is my case. My bookshelves are completely full, and then I have to go through, do I really want to hang on to this book, or should I throw it away or find a place to give it away? That would be even better.
没错，所以这里的话提到了另外第二个原因哦，在第一个转到第二个原因中间，它加了一个 also， 这是一个非常好，就是告诉你我要讲第二个原因了。Also, since there's no extra space for me to put new books in my room， 好，特别注意，我们上一个段落里面不是提到的原因吗？如果你前面的段落提到原因，跟你个人后面所举的偏好也是互相对应的，这样是比较好的一个写法哦。所以在这边他提到说，事实上我这房间里头也塞不下更多的新书了哦。好，他到后来说 I only buy electronic books now， 所以我现在只能买电子书，因为这个新的书纸本书太占空间了。
Without a doubt, they are the best choice for me. We could also say doubtless or doubtlessly. Without a doubt means there's no question, there's no argument for me. I'm clearly in favor of these electronic gadgets.
没错，所以最后这句话就像是结论一样 ，without a doubt， 你甚至还听到人家说 undoubtedly、doubtlessly 很多种不同的说法来表达。所以基于前面这些理由，毋庸置疑的怎么样 ？They are the best choice for me。这边的 they 当然指的是 electronic books。好，在这里最后做一个结论。所以你看，在第二段里面，它的结构基本上就是先告诉你的立场偏好。然后开始举例说明说为什么你会比较喜欢电子书，最后呢再重述一下你的立场，这就是我们第二段的一个重要的写法。
Okay, that's it for our lesson on composition this month. He and I will be back a few more times this month. Hope you can join us then. Until then,
bye bye.